Hi everyone, how's everyone doing? So my name is Marianne. I'm the owner at Marianne Hanson Counselling Service. I'm also a coach, and I've also got my other YouTube channel which is called Marianne Living Life. And so depending on where you watch this video from, that's all the information. But you can also catch me on Instagram as Marianne Hanson Counsellor and Coach Marianne Hanson. And what I want to talk about in this video is dating again after a relationship breakup. So loads of people have come to me for counselling, either as individuals because they've got either attachment issues or trust issues, they're not sure about wanting to date again, or sometimes I've worked with couples as well where there's been issues there from their past relationships that are impacting on their current relationship. So I've also did a book review about this book called Closer to Love by Vex King. And I just wanted to sort of talk a little bit about what he says about relationships. And he says, I mean, there's loads. I'm not going to go over everything he says. You can watch the book review. But he talks about when you have a breakup, you should use your heartbreak as a catalyst for your growth. Discover why you keep repeating unhealthy relationship dynamics. And you should actualize your ability to build thriving relationships, romantic and otherwise. So what I like about that is in all of his books, but also what I like about this idea is that you're not saying that you're rubbish at relationships. So you're not just saying, oh, every relationship I enter, it goes wrong. You're not also blaming the people that the relationships have ended. So you're not saying it's that person's fault. You're using your heartbreak as a catalyst for you to grow. So you're learning from it. And I think that's a really good idea, because I also think for me, when I've had relationships where it's gone wrong, even if say the person has cheated, or even if it's 100% their fault, which I don't really believe it ever is 100% someone's fault unless there's abuse in the relationship, you can look at it as how you can grow. So you might say to yourself, in future I'm going to enter into a relationship differently, or I'm going to make sure if there's red flags that I'm just going to leave the relationship. I'm not going to keep waiting to see if there's change. Also, discovering why you repeat unhealthy relationship dynamics is not saying that you walk around and people choose you because they can see that you are a particular type of person. I really don't like that theory when people say, oh, do I walk around with a label on my head saying I'm this or I'm this type of person? That's why I keep choosing these types of relationships. It's about the dynamic when you're in that relationship. What is it about when you're in a relationship with people? What is it that's causing like the bickering that keeps happening? What is it that's causing you never to walk away even though there's red flags? What is it that's causing you to accept being mistreated, but also to go into a relationship where you've said it's a deal breaker but you still go into it anyway? The amount of people that have their list of deal breakers but then they still enter that relationship. So someone might say, I don't want someone with kids. Then they enter a relationship with someone who's got children, and then they keep saying, oh, he hasn't got time for me because he's always with his kids. But that's what you said you didn't want, but you still entered into that relationship, and then you're complaining about the thing that you knew was going to happen because someone's always going to put their children first. Then actualizing your ability to build thriving relationships means that you are doing the work on yourself, and you're getting to a point where you can build good relationships, whether that's romantic relationships, that's what he says. But I think in general, if you work on yourself enough, and it doesn't mean anyone's perfect, and no one can ever be perfect, you're going to make mistakes, but it's about getting to a point where you know yourself, you're self-aware, you know what you want in a relationship, you know how to communicate in relationships, and you are just at the stage where you can love yourself enough to say that when I'm in a relationship, I'm not got this gap where I sort of I'm always needing from someone else. So the things to consider really if you're going to date again after a relationship breakup is there's no right or wrong time. So don't be fearful of judgment from other people. There's people who end a relationship and then they're back out there the next day or the next week or the next month. It's down to society or your friends or your family to say, oh, is that too soon? Or why are you dating again? Maybe it's a, what's it called? What's that? I can't remember the word, rebound. Is it a rebound relationship? Only you'll know that. If you feel ready, you feel ready. But then for some people, it might take them ages. I've been in relationships where it's probably taken me a year before. It's not that I'm not ready today. It's probably taken me a year to even fully get over the person. But then other relationships, 2 weeks later, that's how I felt ready. So you have to decide for yourself. Don't let someone else dictate to you, because no one can get that time back. That's the one thing I would say with dating as well. If you're ready to get back out there, get back out there, because time is something that you're never going to get back. There's lots of people that are waiting until they feel fully healed. They're waiting until, their ideal person comes along. They're waiting until they can trust again. They're waiting until their beliefs, get rid of those beliefs that every man or woman cheats. All that time, 20 years later, then you're ready, but then maybe it might be too late, because you might have passed up on lots of opportunities. I'm not saying to go out there when you're not ready either, but you just have to think sometimes, is it worth the risk? The second thing is, what did you learn from your past relationship? Can you leave the baggage behind? Because what you don't want to do is enter into a new relationship because you feel you're ready to, and then that person that you're in the relationship with is now become not the punching bag, but just became the person that you're projecting everything from the past relationship on. You need to be in that position where you can wipe the slate clean with the new person. Now everyone's going to say, well, that's impossible to do, or you can't do that. But I think you can do that if you decide. You need to judge that person that's in your life on what they're doing and their behaviour, not on what someone else did. I've said this to a number of people I dated when I was in my 20s. You could tell that they'd been in bad relationships, and all of a sudden I'm getting the brunt of what someone else has done. And I said, I don't blame me for anything your ex has done. Judge me on what I'm doing. If I'm treating you well right now, then you can't say to me you don't trust me because something that your ex has done. What have I done to make you feel that you can't trust me? So it does need to be about where you are, but you need to not be bringing baggage in from your past relationship. That baggage, you can actually identify it and then work through it. And then the final thing is to think about what's stopping you from dating again. Is it fear of judgment? Is it doubt that you're not sure? Is it that you just don't want to be vulnerable? You don't want to be hurt? There's so many people that say, I don't want to be hurt again. Well, there's no guarantee that you're not. Personally, you probably are going to get hurt in a relationship at some point in your life, because you can't control what that other person's going to do. That other person might decide one day they want to get up and just leave. They might tell you one day they're not in love with you anymore. But that shouldn't prevent you from dating, because you're still in control of yourself and of what you want and what needs you have and what you're going to do in that relationship. You can't do anything about what another person is going to do, but that shouldn't prevent you from finding love. So let me know what you guys think. Do you have your own rules about how long it should be before you start dating again? Have you been in a situation where you felt ready to just date straight away? Leave your comments. Let me know what you think if you find this video useful. Also, please feel free to check out all the channels that I mentioned at the beginning, and to share this with others if you feel they will benefit from it. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye.